Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Don from 1A Auto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And the next time you need a part for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace an ABS wheel speed sensor on this 2005 Ford Excursion. And it's the same part, similar process on these Excursions from 2000 to 2005. And we show you on the driver's side, but the passenger side is a similar procedure. And the items you'll need for this is a new ABS wheel speed sensor from 1AAuto.com, flat blade screwdriver, 8, 17, and 21 millimeter socket and ratchet with a piece of pipe for leverage, 5 millimeter Allen bit, large C-clamp, hammer, torque wrench, and jack stands.
Here's the symptoms of a bad left or driver's side ABS sensor. You see, and we'll look at it again here a couple times, as the vehicle slowed down, came to stop, the ABS, even though it's on dry pavement, started firing off and it pulled to the right. The left-hand sensor is giving a bad signal, causing the ABS to work on the left side while the right side is not, so it pulls to the right. If you had a bad right sensor, it would pull to the left.
Start off using flat blade screwdriver and just pry in this slot to remove this cap. And then you can access your 21 millimeter lug nuts. And if you don't have air powered tools, you're going to want to loosen these while the vehicle's on the ground, then raise the vehicle and remove them the rest of the way. Now you can pull the wheel free. Next, remove these two 17 millimeter bolts, and you want to use your socket and ratchet with your piece of pipe to help break them free, and then you can just remove them the rest of the way by hand or using your ratchet. Pry inside the slot here to just push in the caliper piston, and this will help you to be able to pull off the caliper. You can just set that aside. Now remove these two springs and then pry out the brake pads. And these brake pads aren't in great condition, so we're just fast forward as he removes the other one. Now remove these two 21 millimeter bolts on the back of your bracket, again using the piece of pipe for extra leverage to help break them free, and then you can just use the ratchet alone to remove them the rest of the way. And now you can pull the bracket free. Now to help get your rotor free, you may need to hit it on the back with a hammer, and that'll loosen it up, and then you can pull it off. Next, you want to remove this 5 millimeter Allen bolt, and we'll just fast forward as Don does that. Now lift up on this metal tab and pull your wheel speed sensor up and out. And then remove this 8 millimeter bolt right here. Now you can pull the sensor out through this slot, and then you want to pull the harness from that clip, and then from that clip, and then using a flat blade screwdriver, pry open this clip. And the harness pulls free, and then you want to just unclip the connection from your inner fender, and then just push the tab and disconnect the harness. On the left is the old ABS wheel speed sensor, on the right is the new one from 1A Auto. You can see they're identical and they'll fit exactly the same. Now you can see that there's something missing from our old ABS sensor, and it's actually still down inside the hole there. So we use a flat blade screwdriver and a hammer, and we just kind of break it up and pull it out. You can also use a pick or whatever you really want that you can use to break up all the plastic in there and just pull it out in pieces. And it will take a second if you have this problem to get all the plastic out of there. But as you can see, eventually it will start pulling out. Now you can feed your new ABS sensor back into place. And then just re-clip the harness. And we're just going to use our old clip, but they do give you a new one on this harness. So we'll just pull off the new one and push our harness into the old clip. And then reconnect the harness. And just reclip it to the inner fender. Now apply some of this lube to the outside of the ABS sensor. And then just push the sensor down into place. And we'll just fast forward as Don replaces that 5mm Allen bolt and the 8mm bolt and tightens them up. Push this tab back down. And then slide your rotor back into place. Push your brake caliper bracket into place and replace those 21mm bolts that hold it. And we'll fast forward as Don does this and then tightens those up. And then you want to torque these to about 100 foot-pounds. Push your brake pads into place. And then replace those springs. Now push your caliper back into place in the bracket. And then replace those two 17mm bolts. And we'll fast forward as Don tightens those up. And you want to torque both of those to about 60 foot-pounds. Take your wheel and put it back into place on those studs. And then you want to replace the lug nuts and tighten them preliminarily, lower the vehicle, and then tighten them the rest of the way. And then torque each of those lug nuts in a crossing pattern to 100 foot-pounds. And replace the cap and you're all set. Now before taking the vehicle out on the road, just pump the brakes until they firm up. Then do a stopping test from 5 miles per hour, then 10 miles per hour.
We hope this video helps you out. Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll free 888-844-3393 with a company that's here for you on the internet and in person.